no legacy survive unless the Lord does raise the house in vain. Its builders strive. To you who boast tomorrow's gain, tell me, what is your life? A mist that vanishes at dawn, all glory be to Christ. All glory be to Christ, our King. All glory be to Christ. His rule and reign will ever sing. All glory be to Christ. His will be done, His kingdom come on earth as is above. Who is Himself our daily bread? Praise Him, the Lord of love. Let living water satisfy the thirsty without price. We'll take a cup of kindness, yet all glory be to Christ. All glory be to Christ, our King. All glory be to Christ. His rule and reign will ever sing. All glory be to Christ. When on the day the great I am, the faithful and the true, the Lamb who was for sinners slain is making all things new. Behold, our God shall live with us and be our steadfast light, and we shall heir His people be. All glory be to Christ. All glory be to Christ, our King. All glory be to Christ. His rule and reign will ever sing. All glory be to Christ. All glory be to Christ, our King. All glory be to Christ. His rule and reign will ever sing. All glory be to Christ.
So, Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year. So why did we sing All Glory Be to Christ to the tune of Auld Lang Syne, the New Year's Eve song? New Year's does not have a whole lot of songs. It just has the one, and it's this old Scottish folk song that we know as Auld Lang Syne. I did some research on it because it's the most popular melody in the world, apparently. according to the Google. South Korea had it for its national anthem melody for like a few decades, which is interesting. This old Scottish song from the late 18th century. So my research discovered. It's if you read the lyrics, we know like the should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, and then we kind of just like cup of kindness, Auld Lang Syne. What does Auld Lang Syne mean? It means old long since, because old Scottish is just flattening old English. And but anyway, the basic lyrics are about how at the beginning of the year we should look to not let our old relationships be forgotten, and we should try to get the most out of our earthly relationships with friends and with family, looking toward the new year, which is a nice sentiment. And recently, about a decade ago, the author of All Glory Be to Christ, Dustin Kensrue, he figured that the melody, the most recognizable melody in the world, should be used for something more than just the importance of human relationships, but it should be used to glorify God. And so he spent a long time trying to figure out how to fit this melody and make it something worthy, make it communicate something worthy of the most recognizable melody in the world. And the song we just sang, that's what we came up with. And the whole idea of what he's saying, what he's written down, so packed with scripture. There'll be something for you guys to read on all the different scripture references in this song. But the first part, talking about should all of our efforts be for nothing, no legacy surviving, unless the Lord builds the house, then it's all for nothing. That we can, that's from a psalm. And then in James, it talks about boasting about what we're going to do tomorrow, if we're going to go out and go to this town and sell things and make a profit, and this is all the things we're going to do with that profit. And no, we shouldn't be saying, tomorrow I'm going to do this. We should be saying, if the Lord wills, tomorrow I'm going to do this. So it's, again, a New Year's song, thinking about going into this year, knowing that I've got these New Year's resolutions. I know what I'm going to do this year. I know what I plan on doing. But first, I'm going to take all my New Year's resolutions and put them under the knowledge that Christ is King, and that unless he does these New Year's resolutions, they're not going to get done. Unless he builds the house, unless he makes the profit that I'm trying to make this year, then it's all in vain. So that's why it's a New Year's song. But why are we singing this New Year's song in the start of at the end of the start of the fourth month of the year? We're singing a New Year's song. Well, that is because we're going into it's Palm Sunday. Next week is Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, and there's so many things happening right now. It's Passover week, and that's why we're singing a New Year's song. But it's not just Passover week. It's also the week that Jesus arrived in Jerusalem and was hailed as the king that he is. And those two things are not coincidences. If you guys remember where Passover came from back during the Exodus, and they had to put the 10th plague came, they had to put the lamb's blood over their doors. And it kicked off this whole festival, and they were to tell their children and their children's children, and on and on and on, for almost like 4,000 years, this holiday. And it's been so important that when the Lord told his people to put the blood over their doors and told them the very particular details about preparing this meal that they were to eat. He said, "This is going to be the first month of your year. This is the new year for God's people." And that also lines up with this is the week leading up to Jesus' death and resurrection. That was the beginning of our life. So it kind of feels like this year needs a reboot anyway. So that's why we're starting off proclaiming that in this new year, we're just going to forget about the last few months. Going forward, forever, we're going to be singing "All Glory Be to Christ." And that's the story.